Hey, it's Melissa from Kiwi Banana, and today I wanted to talk to you about obviously selling some things at a market. So you'll be able to see some footage that I captured of the market, and I guess I'm just recording it here now today in a much quieter space, and then I guess I can be more present with you. So this is the first time that I've ever sold anything at a market. I normally sell these kind of things like through the Facebook marketplace, and the organizer had reached out to me and said, hey, I really like what you're doing. Could you sell them here at the market that I'm organizing? And I was kind of like ummed about it, and then I had a dream about it a couple of days after that. And so I thought, why not? You know, it's a different experience. I'm all about trying lots of different experiences, I guess, within certain boundaries, I guess, as well. So anyway, I organised myself to go do that. And so I was selling just like some incense wood, otherwise known as Palo Santo. And I'm well aware that it is an endangered wood and that it needs to be harvested sustainably. It's something that I fell in love with when I was in Peru, and I managed to find a source where they I guess get the wood from trees that have just died naturally, and they cut it up for me and send it over. So yes, I obviously have some navigation that I often do around, like, is this really a good thing to be selling? And I have come to kind of the conclusion of, obviously I need to educate people about it. So, when I'm doing it, I'm like having those conversations around making sure that people are aware of those things. Anyway, I kind of digress. So I guess why I wanted to make this video is that it was just really kind of interesting navigating certain things with my market experience yesterday. And I guess the first one I want to talk about is that, I guess, my own perspectives around consumerism. And so that was really interesting, navigating that. And like, obviously when you're selling something, you can feel like you're further contributing to that, and also having to be in an environment where others are, I guess, doing the same. So that was really interesting, I guess, navigating that kind of experience. And like, for me, I've worked in sales for a long time. I don't work necessarily as directly related to sales now. I work in quite a professional job, but obviously sales do help. But I prefer to see it as more as relationship building with my clients. So I've never been one, I guess, to kind of push anything upon anyone. I don't feel like it's necessary. I feel like if it's meant to be, it'll just kind of happen. But that's, I guess, a video for another day. I'm having a little bit of difficulty with the sunshine, but is what it is. And I guess the other interesting experience is that the food that they had there was basically junk food. And there was one organisation that was raising funds. It was like a dog rescue organisation. So they were raising funds for their, not-for-profit organisation. But their method of doing so, I guess, to some people could have been seen as quite hypocritical, in the fact that, they were selling things like bacon and eggs and sausages. So they're selling like things that come from animals to raise funds for other animals. So I guess it was really interesting navigating my perspective around that. And I guess the reason why this all seemed quite interesting in the fact is, like, it was kind of a spiritual focused kind of market. Like, they had a lot of spiritual healers there. They had a lot of like spiritual workshops, all these different healing modalities, people selling crystals and things like that. But I guess it was interesting to see that there was a disconnect in certain things, and I guess the food one really stood out to me, in that obviously some people don't always necessarily think about the connection of food with their spiritual practice, and how that can be hypocritical. It was just, I guess, conflicting for me with that. All being all, saying that, I still had some really good conversations with the public and some really good conversations with other stallholders about healing, and I got to sneak in a few little kind of, messages, I guess, underlying kind of vegan messages where I could. And obviously talking about, being ethical with your consumption and all of those sort of things. and I guess, you know, consumption beyond just food. And yeah, so it was really good. And I guess, you know, for a long time I've had this perspective that obviously in order to heal our external environment, you know, because obviously a lot of us are concerned about environmental issues, we need to do a lot more inner healing on ourselves, like going within, I guess you could say. And, you know, that could be done in lots of different ways, and it works differently for lots of different people. You know, and, you know, it's not just all about heart, but also some of what's going on up there and other aspects of your being as well. So, you know, it's just been, I guess, a really interesting experience. And yeah, I guess I'll do a video on that in another day, because I don't want to make this too long. And I feel like I've said all that I needed to at this point on this topic. Yeah, I apologise if it's not like very constructed and this is what I'm talking about and that's what I'm talking about. I guess it's just how these videos flow sometimes. And I just still really enjoy doing these. It's good, feels good to share with you, and I hope that it helps, you know, someone, even just one person, brighten up their day, make them feel more connected, give them a good message.